Hey y'all, welcome to Racing Crafts. Today I am working on a Sympathy card. It's not something that I enjoy making, but it's good to have on hand. So I'm using a sensational stamp today, and I'm using this Flourish cross because I really like it and I think it's just very pretty. I used my gold Wink of Stella, and I used GT1 from my Spectrum Noir marker, so it's just this really light blue, like I'm sure you can't even tell it's blue. There you might be able to. I used my Silhouette pen holder and a Papermate felt tip pen to do my inside here, which is a saying that came with a stamp set I bought from Dee Dee's digital stamps or something like that, but she's out of business. But any sentiment that you like or anything you can get off of Google is just fine. And the card I'm making today is in 7 1/4 by 4 3/4 inches, and it's just a plain white card base. And I'm going to, after I'm done evening my card off, because I'm really horrible at getting things scored and folded straight or cut straight. So I just take a pair of scissors and kind of even it up. Okay, so I'm going to start by heat embossing my greeting on the front of my card, and I'm just going to grab my little stamp mat here.
You're probably going to be sleeping in a chair Sunday night. Way back.
Nice and small. And I'm just going to use my powder bag because I am going to just emboss directly onto my pattern paper. And unfortunately, I don't remember where I got this pattern paper or who it's made by. It's probably like Recollections or Hobby Lobby brand or something. Alright, and the stamp I'm using is the With Sympathy from the Paper Tray Ink stamp set. Think Big Favorites number 3. And we'll just hold that down for a second. And I'm going to use some Ranger Ultra Fine Gold embossing powder. And I'm just going to sprinkle that on. I used my powder too long. I got some extras on there, unfortunately. But it is winter in the Midwest, so it is very dry and cold and staticky. Static should almost be a season here in Illinois, because that's kind of how it goes. Ugh. See, and now I knocked too much powder off. Okay, and we're just gonna close this up and put that away. And I do have one piece that I need to knock off. Okay, and I'm going to move my stamp pad because that is the only stamp I have to stamp. There we go. Nice and quick. I could have gotten some of my vellum out and used that too. That would have been pretty. Okay, So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give that a second to cool. And I'm going to move my powder bag out of the way in my Versamark. And grab my ATG gun. The font I used today is called Rochester, and I'm pretty sure it came from defont.com. But I'm not 100% sure. Ugh. I got powder everywhere. And of course, now that I need it, I cannot find a Swiffer cloth anywhere. Earlier, when I didn't need one, it seemed to be in my way. Alright, let's just wipe it down this way. Hopefully that'll make it better. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the inside of our card. The next video I'm filming is going to be another Sympathy card. And I decided to go ahead and do 2 in a row just because I couldn't decide which paper I liked better. So I decided to just make 2 with different background. The pattern paper is the same, but the matte layers are different colors. And then the focal image is different. Because I just couldn't decide what I liked better. So, I probably won't post them very close to each other, or I will try not to. But if you recognize the cardstock in a later video, it was done on purpose, just because I couldn't decide. There we go. I like that. Okay, I think I'm going to put our cross on some pop dots. Not pop dots. I'm going to use foam tape. It's easier. Oops. For me, at least. I love this big roll. It's really handy. And I like that it sticks well, but it doesn't, like, kill my scissors. That is always a good thing. And it seems to be about the perfect width for this cross. Yeah, I didn't get that one very good.
Why is that? Well, because they wouldn't put anything more than a 6-cylinder.
There we go. It might have been my inability to line it up too. No, it's the foam tape. Okay.
Arcade storage on the house or something like that was fighting with the higher up to let him stick the 327 in that car.
Okay.
Because otherwise it would break down. Because if it didn't sell better in 60, 55.
Okay. So, I'm going to just cut this
They didn't have a 327 in 65, did they?
a little smaller.
65. And then they went with 283.
There we go.
And the 55 they came out with 265. I don't remember. Maybe it was 265. Either way. Yeah. Either way. They had to put a V8 in the damn thing because the 600 chips are fucking pile of shit.
Another thing that you could do is cut a small border around the cross, and then you wouldn't have any problems putting foam tape on or anything. But I was a little tired when I cut this out the other night, and I didn't pay attention and I cut too close, so I couldn't cut a border. Okay, so now I'm just going to peel back the backing.
was the same thing that James May ran on that race against the train and the motorcycle on top there. Yeah, I don't remember what it was.
I think the pattern paper I used is actually like wedding paper or something. That's what it kind of reminds me of, but it was really pretty and it looked well. It worked well with this. And I had a hard time finding a pattern paper that I wanted to use on a sympathy card because I didn't want to use black because that's depressing. And, well, when you lose somebody you care about, as depressing as it is. So this just kind of worked. So that is our card for today. Nice and simple. And as always, for a list of supplies and measurements and some pictures of this card inside and out completed, head over to my blog. You will find a link in the information bar below. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.